So, normally whenever I cast a game of StarCraft 2, it's either a game played at the professional level, between the highest level players in the world, or somewhere on the lower end of the ladder, say around Bronze League, Silver League, and Gold League or so. Over the years, I found that usually those games tend to be the most interesting ones. Now today, what I've got for you is a Terran versus Protoss that's played on 2000 atmosphere, apparently between two barcode players. I'll talk about that a little bit more in just a second. So they're basically just playing a bunch of lines as far as their nicknames go. But this particular game is played in Master 1 at around 4.8k MMR, which is kind of in between, you know, the two cast types that I just mentioned. So this game was submitted to me a couple of hours ago by none other than UpATree's Zelda, who's spawning here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, and, well, I have no idea who the opponent is. UpATree, of course, a Twitch streamer as well. He actually mentioned that apparently he played this game off-stream, which is, I don't know, I think most streamers at the very least on Twitch fall into this it's not really a problem, but whenever I feel like playing a video game, I'm always like, well, I may as well stream, right? Every once in a while, on like a Sunday, for example, I've been playing a little bit of World of Warcraft Classic, which I don't think I really want to stream too much. But generally speaking, especially if StarCraft 2 is your main game, I don't think there's a whole lot of streamers that play the game then off-stream as well, because to me it always kind of feels a little funny. I'm like, I may as well just, you know, pop on the stream. Although I do believe actually if you are streaming regularly that your MMR probably is a little bit lower than it would be if you would play offline. Anyway, so this is, like I said, like 4.8k or so MMR. I think I said that anyway. Right around 4.8k MMR, which is like Master 1 and maybe at the beginning of a season. Low GM on the North American server. Now, low GM, I know if you're not too familiar with StarCraft, right, and you hear, okay, low Grandmaster. What does that even mean, right? Grandmaster is the highest league. The problem is, the lowest people in Grandmaster League are currently probably right around 5,000 MMR, and the highest ranked people are over 7,000 MMR. Meaning that within those couple hundred ranks, there is... I can't really describe it, what the difference is. Like, the best way to find out what the difference is between low GM players and high GM players is reaching GM yourself. Because I remember when I reached GM a couple of years ago, I realized how little I actually knew about the game and how much better those pro gamers actually were. Like, reaching Grandmaster League is by no means the same as playing at the professional level. Anyways, so we'll find out what ends up going down here. UpATree actually sent a game to me a couple of weeks ago as well. And I ended up casting that one as well, but I didn't post it to the YouTube channel because it was kind of ordinary. Ordinary in the sense that it was kind of like a normal macro game. So he does tend to play more macro-focused games. And so far, this looks like a pretty standard game as well. But I'm assuming if he sent this one over, I mean, we're at the very least going to be in for something wild. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect. We'll find out together. So it's going to be a Stargate opening here. Quick Nexus, of course, on that low ground. We're seeing the first adept making its way across the map. Depot will be lifted to prevent that one from going into the main base. Not that there's really a whole lot to be scouted, but obviously you want to prevent this from dealing a bunch of damage in the earlier stages. So Reaper on the other side of the map forced the headbutt right here with a second adept. Second adept seems to be going across the map as well, and that's because there's a third adept coming up. Okay, so he's gonna go for the Phoenix opener. I'm a big fan of the Phoenix opener in Protoss vs Terran. I know that it's one of those builds that's pretty hard to play because you ideally want to keep those Phoenixes active, but it's nice if you want to leverage it to watch a later stage in the game, I found. Because usually defending a lot of those pushes... Oh, did he actually get a probe right there? He did, nice. Usually defending a bunch of those pushes is relatively doable. Did he send the third adept across as well? He did. Usually it's relatively doable whenever you go for Phoenix openers, because you can lift up siege tanks and widow mines and cyclones and whatever else you have in the earlier stages of the game. It's yeah, it's a powerful unit if you want to just grab a third base and not really fall into too many problems, assuming you can actually micro the units as well. They're not really a unit that you can just idle with. Obviously, you need to make sure you babysit them, but yeah, it makes a lot of sense to indeed now go for a third Nexus. Alrighty, so a bit of a funny wall-off right here at the front by UpATree. Do I just refer to them, by the way, as the Terran player and the Protoss player? By the way, for those of you wondering, he's inviting them in right now, yeah. Both players are playing under what is called a barcode name. So this is basically capital I's and then lowercase L's. So this is an L and this is an uppercase I. And basically you just put a bunch of lines down. Personally, I am not a fan of these nicknames at all. I used to play under one myself years ago, and then Rotterdam actually made a great point saying, hey, like, you know, the StarCraft ladder is already kind of a lonely place. Oh, he can commit now, I think, yeah. Should probably go for middle line, though. Okay, this has to recoil instead. But the StarCraft ladder is already kind of a lonely place. We don't really need to make it more lonely by not even knowing who we're playing against, right? Because one of the interactions that I personally get quite a lot is that I face the same people every single day. And it's kind of fun because over the years you face the same people for a long time and you kind of have like a track record and stuff. Whereas if everyone is playing a barcode, yeah, it kind of just, you know, StarCraft is already, let's be honest, StarCraft is already not a particularly good game when it comes to social features and stuff, right? I mean, there's a clan feature and chat channels and stuff, so you can go to the American server and discuss politics in general chat, but in general, it's a pretty lonely game. I don't really like barcode players too much, as far as like the nickname go. Not as a person go, but I don't think you actually want to play with one. Got a little bit of damage done there, but he's scared to commit right now because of that heavy Phoenix count. Okay, lock on. Okay, nice lock on. Probably can't get too much done. I mean, Stimpec here is not even remotely close to being finished, so getting anything done here would be hard. Now, by the way, the reason, just to like let you know why people like to play under those nicknames, right? This started on the Korean server probably like 8 years or so ago at this point. And basically the idea was that if you had a tournament coming up, right, you might want to get some practice games in, but you don't really want to show your potential opponents what kind of strategies you're currently playing. So there was like an unwritten rule on the Korean server where pretty much every single one of the pro players started playing under one of those barcode accounts, and they started trading accounts and switching accounts and making it very difficult to find out who's who to keep their strategies hidden. So it made a little bit of sense from that perspective, but for like 99.9% of the player base, I don't think it's very relevant. So hey, say no to barcode accounts, guys. What is this? Hello, why are the forges over here? What? Okay, looks like we hit a bit of a supply block. Why are the forges over here? I don't understand. So the forges are very late, obviously. But he's going for double forge over at the third base in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Yeah, so far definitely a more macro-focused match. Third command center will be finishing up here shortly as well for UpATree's, so he's a little bit late on that one. Was probably planning on getting a little bit more damage done, or maybe he was overestimating the amount of damage the Protoss player was planning on going for. Maybe he just wanted to play very safe today. Totally fair. Yeah, I don't like, what is this Phoenix, or sorry, this forge position is trash. I'm sorry, but like, how do you even justify that? Remember when a lot of Zerg players used to do that against Hellions at the third base? Anyways, Protoss player is committing right now. There's a couple of Widow Mines over here, but he dodges the majority of them. There's still quite a few of them set up over here as well, and a ton of the Phoenixes take a lot of damage. Nice connections right there for the Terran player. That being said, there's still a ton of Zealots left over as well. You can lift up, but I don't know if you're going to be able to get him out of there. Yeah, Phoenixes can obviously fly and shoot at the same time. I feel like if the forges were in a better spot, where are you? No! Protoss, what in the world, bro? He's remaking the forges in the exact same position again. Remember when, I was trying to say, like, remember when Zerg players used to do that, right? And they basically, like, say this was a Zerg's third base. They would put, like, I don't know, Evo chambers right over there to create, like, a choke point for the Hellions. And don't get me wrong, it was fantastic against the Hellions. It's just that you end up losing you end up losing them against, like, a medevac drop 5 minutes later into the game, and then your 3-3 gets denied, and everything is a disaster from there on out. This is... There's no advantage, right? Like, why would you not just... Over here would not be a bad spot, right? Or even, like, over here. Yeah, whatever. Whatever, Lowko, it's fine. Okay, so the scan now also confirms for UpATree here that he has positioned those forges in the exact same position. I do feel like a Protoss player had some potential here to capitalize on it, especially now that Protoss... that Terran is grabbing a third base here. I really feel like Protoss can go for a push. He's got so many Zealots here. The upgrades obviously aren't particularly good, but he's got charge. This is a lot of Zealots, by the way. How many Zealots are we on? 33 of them. He's going for the ultimate A-move army, except for the Phoenixes, I guess. I think the Protoss players should attack right now. Because there's not really a whole lot that Terran can do against this at this point. There's not that many Widow Mines available. Widow Mines are probably the worst enemy of those Zealots, but obviously, yeah, he doesn't know exactly how much army there is for the Terran. Maybe he's gonna find out right now, though. This is the majority, my man. Go, go, go! There you go. Okay, Zealots start moving on the minimap. That's good. Fourth Nexus has been acquired as well. Adding on a ton more gateways. How many gateways are we on already? We're already up to 6, and he's adding on 5 more. Okay. Ooh, he's charging all of the zealots at one freaking... No! What? No! Ah! Okay, when I said A move, you shouldn't actually just A move. When people say A move, they still mean micro, okay? Anyways, looks like even though this engagement wasn't super clean, luckily there for the Protoss player, there weren't a couple of Widow Mines hidden over there. Well, there are a couple of them set up over here. Turns out like it, yeah, it doesn't really seem to matter too much as those zealots are just charging forward, trying to go after as many of the units here as possible. There is a wall up over here, so the zealots will be halted, I think. Well, I mean, even the SCVs are pulled away from the mineral line right now. I think you should probably continue fighting this just to maximize the amount of damage that can be done. How many workers will end up going down? Quite a few of them, and this is a pretty good position. In the meantime, on the other side of the map, looks like a couple of probes were being killed as well. I was so busy looking at that natural there of the Protoss player that I almost missed his medevac drop. Okay, so these bad boys actually have got quite a few kills as well. Both players now actually taking a tremendous amount of losses. Zealot warp in over here though. He's going to be able to go for another 20 of them. Phoenixes are swooping in, so sadly Jimmy and his crew... Yeah, they've accepted death right there at the end. Did you see it? They had like a moment of reflection right there looking at the tentacles. Or what... What is even going on this map actually? I have no idea. I play this game so much, and yet I never really look too much at the... What is going on? I have no clue. So this is 2,000 atmospheres, right? So as far as pressure levels go, this should be right around 20 kilometers below the surface, assuming we're on planet Earth. Don't know why there's tentacles there, but I don't even know if I want to know. Anyways, Marauder heavy fight over here. Good pickup right there on the Widow Mine. Gets another Widow Mine. Gets the third one too. Nice work right there by our Protoss player. Terran trying to go to the choke point over here on the ramp. Okay. So this is not a great position right now for the Protoss player to fight in. Apparently he still wants to commit though. Not that many Marines available, so maybe that's his thought. Like if I just get rid of all the Marines, the Marauders can be picked up as well. Although he still has a lot of energy and he's not... Hello. Why are you not picking up? Well, that's fascinating. Yeah, okay, now he picks up. There you go. Maybe you wanted to preserve some of that energy. Yeah, these are very painful losses. Especially Widow Mines. Like, Widow Mines... Or, sorry, especially Medivacs. Like, how many Medivacs have gone down so far? 11, yeah. Medivacs are not really units that you ideally want to replace so often. Okay, he's gonna try and use the repair over here to get some more damage done, but a ton of SCVs are being killed, and this is looking really quite dire right now for UpATree's Zelda. I'll go ahead and post the link, by the way, to his live stream down below in the description of this video in case you want to go check it out. But, yeah, this is looking kind of rough for him right now, right? I mean, obviously he dealt a bunch of damage on the other side of the map, but this third base is still, yeah, his main lifeline right now. Natural and main base are going to run out very shortly. Dark Shrine is apparently going to be the next order of business here for our Protoss player. Maybe this Widow Mine drop can turn the tide. He needs to kill a lot of workers in order to justify this. Well, that's a good start, I think. Could be worse. Did he just all army hotkey his entire army around? I think he did. Okay, double upgrades still going around there over at the third base. Medevac, of course. Not gonna be able to get on out of there. Fair enough. So it looks like we've reached a bit of a lull in this game. Where's the Terran player at with upgrades? Okay, so he says +2, +1. Fair enough. Yeah, so no fourth command center here. I guess his idea at this point is to just go for a really big army and then push across the map. Because that's kind of what this feels like. The problem is, it's soon going to be 5 base Protoss going up against 3 base Terran. He's adding on Ghost right now, which I quite like. Ghost actually can even use their EMP ability on Dark Templar to temporarily give some vision there. But, yeah, there's not a whole lot of detection available at this point for our Terran player. He's going to find out, though. Well, there's one missile turret over there. No missile turret over here. Not in the main base either. Okay, he's going to be able to at least kill the one over there. Scan inside of the natural would confirm the position of the second one. Does he have another scan available? He does. There is enough energy right there in the orbital command. Scans a little bit early, but he gets the snipe, so the DT will go down. This kind of reminds me of the way that we've seen a couple of those Protoss players recently playing this matchup, right? Where they go for like... I think he should actually get more workers. Yeah, he's making 4 probes right now. Haas, most notoriously, I guess, has been playing this where he gets like 100 probes. He just grabs as many bases as possible and he just runs gateway unit after gateway unit towards the other side of the map. This isn't really an all-in for the Terran player, but he needs to get something done here. Because this Protoss is going to laugh and run away with the victory very quickly. We're only sitting at 39 SCVs. 77 probes in total. Big army, though. Terran army is actually bigger than the Protoss army. Those mules are to thank for that. Okay, he gets into a pretty good spot over here. Protoss is on the other side of the map, it seems. Still going 3-3 as well. Okay. He's instead going to evacuate that base and go for the 5th, I think. If he tries to go in from the side, I was going to say, there's a minefield set up there. I don't think you can really do that with just pure Zealot. I wouldn't even mind seeing just one of those... ooh, he gets a couple of probes over here as well. Nicely done. Man, all those probe carcasses floating to the surface here. I wouldn't even mind sending in a couple of Dark Templar here just to force scans. Because there's not that much detection here available for our Terran player. I mean, he's got scans available, but only 3 command centers, so it's not like he's got that much. Okay, actually a lot of workers were just killed plus a base. He wants to fight this. Good EMP as well. EMP removes the shield out of those Zealots temporarily. Where's the Widow Mines? Okay, he wants to bait those Zealots over the Widow Mines as well. Here we go. Good engagement. Grabs a couple of these kills. Now, that being said, the Phoenixes... Oh my god, the Phoenixes! The Phoenixes are dragging those Widow Mine shots over the Terran army. And yes, they do deal friendly fire. So actually, a ton of that Terran army just got destroyed. I don't know if that was on purpose there by our Protoss player, or if he accidentally just dragged with those Phoenixes over all of those Medefex and Marauders and Marines, but he got it done. Now, he lost a lot of Phoenixes there as well, obviously, but that is a pretty good situation to be in. You need to counterattack now, Mr. Protoss. 4th command center is coming up on location. That feels exceptionally greedy, but he probably started that one up before he actually... lost that entire army. Go, go, go. Mr. Protoss, you're playing too passive, man. I think if you're going to play an army like this, you actually have to play super active, right? Like, if you're going to... Well, I mean, right now he doesn't have that many workers anymore, but you do really want to grab those upgrades and just keep going. Maybe that's what he's waiting for. He just wants to get 3-3 done first. No, no, no. Don't go... Oh, my God. This guy's marching back and forth. Like, he's running the marathon right here with his Zealots, man. What is this? 10,000 steps a day. Well, I think they've done like at least 30,000 by now. They have small little feet, man. I've seen them marching around the map every direction he can go. Okay. Phoenixes do not scout this location, but the command center is done, and by the time he gets over here, the planetary fortress is going to be done as well. All right. Nice. I think... pretty sure the Protoss player could have just gone and win. Oh, no. Here's Jimmy. Jimmy, no! Oh, he disintegrated. Did you see that? I'm pretty sure at a depth of 2,000 atmos, we would not be floating to the surface anymore. It's a very long way up at that point. So I believe the deepest thing on Earth, right, as far as like the ocean goes, is the, what is it, Mariana Trench, I think? Which is like 11, 12 kilometers. So I guess, unless underneath that, there's more water. Widow Mine drop over here. I'm trying to say this is probably not planet Earth. He does decide to engage right here. Okay, he's like, ah, planetary, don't really care. Well, he's going to be able to kill it quite easily. Zealots obviously just utilize their charge, though, on that planetary as well. It's going to be available again soon. Nice kiting right here by UpATree. Dealt a little bit of damage on the other side of the map, too. The EMPs are on point. Look at how much effort this Terran player needs to do, by the way, just to deal with Mass Zealot Dark Templar. Well, even though I need to do a lot of damage or a lot of effort over here microing this army, those Widow Mines are pretty good. Yeah, I would say those Widow Mines are doing a pretty good job. Also dealing damage, I guess, to the Terran itself. Yeah, those Dark Templar, man. I feel like you just throw in more Dark Templar. Dark Templar have a ton of DPS. You can scan, but you're not going to kill them. There's not enough. Is there? I would actually love to see Blink as well on those Dark Templar. Like, if you can Blink behind it, maybe you can, like, trap this army on the ramp. Definitely doable. Okay, Protoss is slowly starting to run out of money. This Widow Mine now has accumulated 6 kills, and I think it's going to get a couple more here, because our Protoss player is not really responding. UpATree now getting greedy as well. He's like, wait a second. This guy's no longer responding to my 2 Widow Mines. I'm just going to go ahead and burrow one of them in one mineral line and the other one in another one. Alright, number 1 is going to fire again. There it is. Number 2. Ay, 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 ay. Oof. Dude, I am the best cameraman. Does he have Shadow Stride? He doesn't. I don't know why he would make this. Like, I don't know what this Protoss player is doing, man. This Protoss player is going for some crazy stuff. And I actually feel like it's working, but whenever he can't capitalize, he doesn't. It's a little bit funny. Oh, here goes Jimmy again. No, 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 buddy. Okay, well, I guess Terran's very busy over here with this army on the right side of the map. I think you need Shadow Stride, man. Like, Shadow Stride is the blink ability for the Dark Templar. It's pretty cheap. It's like 100 minerals, 100 gas, right? There's really no reason not to. Okay, he's getting a lot of work done over here as well, though. Forcing a ton of those scans. There's still some scans available because Terran has dropped, or has basically stopped dropping mules here for quite some time. Meaning that his income is going to be pretty trash. Yeah, Blink would have been a really good idea. So this is some good double-pronged harassment though, right? Go, 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 go. Planetary is not done yet. So this is looking like a disaster for our Terran player, right? Don't get me wrong, like this is an expensive Protoss army to lose. Just a tech move, just a tech move. There you go. Kill a couple of the SCVs as well. And the Planetary goes down. And now we're down to 8 workers here for our Terran player. And he's also not really in a position where he can actually... He needs to land that command center. Okay, he can use EMPs as well, I guess. But he needs to land the command center if he wants to use scans. And at this point, there's no more minerals to mine. So... I mean, he obviously can land this base over there, but there's very few resources remaining in that area. Protoss is still making workers. Or again making workers. Are these... No way. Are you kidding? No! What the hero Widow Mines? Look at these bad boys. 17 and 20 kills respectively. That's crazy. They're still going to town. Oh my god. These deserve a medal. He's just giving up on those. He just no longer cares. That is a little bit crazy. That is a little bit crazy. Okay. So the Dark Templar are coming in, right? One at a time. And every single time we see a scan going down, we see something that could have been a mule. Mules mine like 300 minerals or so, so... Assuming here the Terran player is not going to be able to make a lot more SCVs, every single time we see one of those Dark Templars sprinkled in, it's a good trade for our Protoss player. Zealots right now go in as well as the Terran army is marching. There's not a whole lot here preventing these Zealots, though, from just killing literally everything, so... this is gonna be the army right now for Terran. Now, this is a scary army, though. We're talking 75 Terran army supply versus 81 of the Protoss. That being said, this is a much more sophisticated Terran army than this, you know, Protoss one. Gonna be forced to lift up a bunch of those structures. Once again, you can only use the scan whenever you have the command center landed. So, if all of the command centers fly... One Dark Templar can yeah, be an absolute disaster. Don't ask me how I know. Protoss is also not really producing that much anymore, though. He's only sitting at 24 workers right now. We have a bit of a crazy base race over here, but this still looks... This looks good, right? For our Protoss player. I mean... Protoss is now long distance mining over here. Tech labs are coming up, so maybe he wants to go for some, I don't know, Banshees or something along those lines. I'm just looking at this and, or maybe, no, obviously, Raven, right? He wants to go Raven. Obviously, he wants to go Raven. Yeah, I would have loved to see a Raven like 12 minutes ago. Anyways, Protoss is long distance mining the minerals over here. Why are you not just killing the... What? No! 38 kills and 23 kills. Finally! Hello! This Terran player is broke, though. Terran player is getting no income. No. Oh, come on, man. Hello, you've got 2 observers. I guess the problem here is that the army hotkey, like, No, no, no! Wait, is it gone? Oh, it is gone. Never mind. Yeah, I would not mind seeing a Raven here at all. He's finally gonna go for a Raven, I think. 69 army supply right now for our... actually, 69 supply in total. That's pretty nice. Actually, it's not that nice for the 25-minute mark. There you go. Alright, alright. We're making a starport. We're making... Well, actually... A Raven, I mean, it's mostly gas, but you do still need minerals, and he's got none of those. Well, he's got 2 of those. Widow mines right now are using whatever they can. Whenever there's a Dark Templar available, they'll shoot at it. So, Terran right now, if he's switching over to the Structures tab, right? So the main win condition in StarCraft 2, I think it bears repeating here, is either your opponent leaving the game, right? Which is the one we see most of the time, or destroying all of your opponent's structures. I think the main issue at this point, though, for our Terran, or for our Protoss player, is that he's got, like, no anti-air. Yeah, so assuming these structures fly, he's not going to be able to kill them. Protoss is still sitting at a ton of structures, though, and it's going to take forever for a Terran player to clean that up. Dark Templar, hello. Can you just attack move? What are you doing? Oh, he's shift queued. Just attack move. What are you doing? No! Dude, the invisible men. The men with capes. There you go. Just attack move, man. Can't believe it. Invisible men on the prowl again. How many Dark Templar have gone down? 27. 145 zealots. Man, this is a rough game. If UpATree actually wins this, I'm gonna lose it. There's no way, right? I mean, I say that. I'm still like I'm still a little flabbergasted for how long these those Widow Mines were dealing damage. If he would have just lost like 10 less workers, this would have actually been more reasonable. Honestly, this is a scary Terran army. Like, especially since these medevacs have basically full energy, and he can lift up very easily and get on out of there if he wants to. Commence? No, you know what? Protoss is no longer able to really expend either. He's mining gas for God knows what reason. He's got some minerals coming up inside of the main base, but he needs to mine 400 if he wants to plant down another base. I think planting down another base over here... No, probably over here is what you want to go for, because this one is droppable in the main, and then Terran's going to run you around like a fool. Oh no. Starport! Is he going to try and repair it? He's going to try. Okay, he will. Here come the Zealots, though, and I think that this Starport is going to die eventually. So, the Raven dream is no longer... Oh my god, here comes the Mule. Mike the Mule also gets disintegrated by the pressure, I guess. Even though he's floating up, which makes no sense. Maybe it does. Maybe someone in the chat can let me... Or in the comment section, rather, can let me know. The chat! Lowko, this isn't Twitch. These Dark Templar, though, have been super nice because they've been forcing in so many scans. Or, I guess, EMPs. That also works. Dark Shrine will be found, so I think that may have very well been one of the last Dark Templar. Here's another one, though. He does still have a little bit of energy remaining. Yep, he's got enough for a scan, so... Yep. Not enough for an EMP, but enough for a scan. Terran is actually inside of the main base right now. This command center is burning. Okay, so that one's gonna burn down if he's not careful. Probe in the top left gets killed as well. This base over here. Oh, no. Are you gonna pull a dirty one on me? Is that what we're doing right now? Because this command center can fly. And Terran is never gonna land that. Oh, no. Oh, poor Protoss player. If that actually happens... Don't get me wrong, the guy has been playing a curious style, to say the least. And I think there were a couple of opportunities where he could have just gone in for the win. Oh, no. Maybe these zealots should climb up a tree and hit this... no, okay, I tried, okay. Hit the command center. I tried. At least there was, you know, there was an attempt. Okay, he's gonna start taking assimilators around the map. So, once again, right, in order to take the win, you need to destroy all of your opponent's structures. Apparently, this is the Protoss player saying there is no way that I'm gonna win in I don't know, by going home, because this medevac army is just gonna, you know, pop in the plane and run around and stuff. So, he wants to probably force the engagement. Okay, so Mr. Barcode, the Protoss that is right now, has been revealed because all of his Nexi were killed. Meaning that UpATree right now gets full vision of all of the structures that are still available here for our Protoss. So he knows at this point that, well, all there is on the other side of the map. Now, as soon as a assimilator is made, 75 minerals, by the way. As soon as the assimilator is made, he's going to see that as well. This medevac over here is now chasing the zealots so he can keep track of where they are located. I actually kind of love it. Oh, that's a bit dirty. Oh my god. Look at this one command center. So if we switch on over to the structures tab, you can see what is actually available right now in total. And it's not a whole lot. Terran has no way of really getting back into this. Because, I mean, he can't really make any depots, right? So he's got minerals for one SCV. But he's not going to be able to make an SCV until he loses most of his army. Okay. The simulator will go down. Oh my god. This is the strangest base race I've seen in a while. So you can see at this level, right? The games start off pretty normal, but they still have a tendency to, or not a tendency, they can still get absolutely crazy. I'm thinking in a straight-up battle, these Zealots still win. Oh, EMP? Okay. In a straight-up battle, those Zealots probably still win. Assuming they have shields. Like, these are fully upgraded Zealots, right? Against 2-2 bio. Yeah, these Zealots are... They're gonna tear through this army. Assuming they can get some good service area. If he fights on a ramp, that is not the way you want to take it. Yeah, so that's why he's also running right now. He knows that this Terran player is gonna back up to the ramp to reduce that service area. Decides to charge at this army for a little bit. A good EMP does go down. But I don't think you can really keep fighting this. Would have loved to see a target fire down right there on the Ghost, because that one is the bane of his existence. Other than those Widow mines, I guess, that we saw on the top left. Okay, another assimilator has been taken on the bottom right-hand corner. Apparently the one in the main base of the Terran player was not good enough. Okay, so he sees this right now as well, right? If we switch back to the structures tab, there's one building structure right now. If UpATree can boost on over towards the bottom right-hand corner and destroy the final assimilator, he will actually end up winning this game. He does decide to unload. And just run. Just run. Yeah, stim and run. Run for the win. Is there enough minerals right now for the Protoss player to make something else? There is not. Oh my god, the Zealots are chasing all of this down. The final assimilator! Did he just... Did he just call him a hacker? He does know that he was revealed there, right? For the last, I would say, 10 or so minutes. It almost feels to me like he thought that is a... There's no way someone at this level doesn't know the way that the reveal mechanic works in the game, right? Right? Maybe? I don't know. Anyhow, if you have an awesome game of StarCraft 2 that you would like me to go ahead and cast as well, you can submit it to replays@LowkoTV. Let me know what you thought of this game down below in the comment section. Do you want me to cover more like high masters, low GM level games as well? Or do you prefer seeing the crazier stuff at the lower level and then the more epic stuff at the pro level? Because this is kind of in the middle of things. So this was, yeah, definitely not a flawless game like we would see from the pro gamers, but also not maybe as crazy as you can get at the lower level. I'm not sure. Anyways, let me know down below in the comment section. But for now, thank you for watching. Have an awesome day. Don't forget to smile. And I'll see you once again in the next one.